But that's not our, if you just look historically and traditionally, this has been the response. Yeah, that's terrible, but let me tell you how you make it great. And by the way, once we make it great, they're going to want it and it's going to be hot. And we're going to get a few of us that's going to profit, but not enough of us to make a difference. And then we're going to have to make something else and that's going to get taken again. So like, this is the way. This is the way. So at some point, the conversation isn't just about a word to me. It's about cycle breaking.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
I just saw Russia's like, we're going to send troops to protect Traore. I was like, what? Wait a minute. So Russia and China's like, you're not, get your hands off of our Africans. These are our Africans. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, here we are fighting over who's the foundational black. And we ain't got no stake on any of this stuff other than we're the global majority and we should move accordingly. It's very, very interesting times to be alive. What's sad, Amber, is that, and I was super frustrated yesterday. So I will admit to the people, y'all could probably hear it.
Oh, we heard it. I heard it.
Super frustrated yesterday. I guess my frustration comes in my surprise that I have to fight so hard for people to. It's just about your freedom. I just want you to not be bound by these things, and especially like we were talking about the N-word yesterday. Mm-hmm. It's such a small and large. There's a scripture that talks about the tongue being a small, but like life and death is in the power of the tongue. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And just like the rudder on a ship, it can, like, this is how powerful to me words are. So why not, we shouldn't claim something founded in our denigration. We should not use it. We should ban it. We should hold each other accountable to not, somebody's feeding you a plate of dog food. We shouldn't eat it. And spice it up and make it into something delicious. We always know how to do that, but we don't have to eat this.
Yeah, I think the problem is a couple things. I think that we don't have enough of what we should be doing. So sometimes it's not clear what I should do. So my tradition has been to adopt the thing that has been given to me and make it better. If we think about Black culture as a whole, we have adopted things that were given to us that were supposed to be less than, and then we've made them better, and then suddenly we can't afford them anymore. So like, to me, this is the same thing. Like it is us taking something, this is habit. And at some point, I think we have to make the decision that we are going to separate from some things, not just this word, but there are a number of things that I think we could benefit from separating from, right? And so like, but that's not if you just look historically and traditionally, this has been the response. Yeah, that's terrible, but let me tell you how you make it great. And by the way, once we make it great, they're going to want it and it's going to be hot. And we're going to get a few of us that's going to profit, but not enough of us to make a difference. And then we're going to have to make something else and that's going to get taken again. So like, this is the way. This is the way. So at some point, the conversation isn't just about a word to me. It's about cycle breaking. How many of us are willing to stand in the midst of cycle breaking? That's a hard question.
Thank you.
Like y'all won't talk to y'all boss. Y'all won't have a hard conversation with your family members, but we think you ready to break a cycle? No.
I couldn't find the words yesterday, and I think I was stunned into being inarticulate. Sometimes you could be so stunned by a thing that you're like, I can't find words. There are no words that I can find right now because I'm just right now a little bit unmoored by what I'm confronting. And I can't believe I'm having this argument with people who are smart. Right. And that's the other thing. You expect because people are smart that they would get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, people admit it. My personal use of the word is usually reserved when I'm real mad. And my control is limited in some ways. Like I'm hot about something. And then then there it is. But I do let people know too when they come to my home that like this is a household where people understand when that word is used what it means, or you're not welcome in this home. Like so there is that. But I think that the real conversation that has to be had isn't just about like why do you choose to say this or not. It's got to be like, At what point is the commitment going to be so like we are married to change enough to be uncomfortable? Because let's be clear, and I talk about this in my podcast all the time. You already uncomfortable. You're already uncomfortable. At what point are we willing to be uncomfortable to our benefit? Because right now we just uncomfortable.
Can we write that down and put it on a T-shirt or something? I feel like that needs to be a poster. Say that again one more time. Amber, I need to write that down.
At what point are we willing to be uncomfortable to our benefit? Because we have been. But we always uncomfortable. We always got some too small this, some too tight that, some too many, too much, not enough good. Let's flavor it up. Let's make it spicy. We can do that. We are the experts at it. We're gonna make it fly, whatever it is. But at what point is it like, yo, I want better, and I'm gonna fight for that. I ain't gonna fight to figure out how to make this broke work. I'm gonna fight to make better happen.
Enough foil on the antenna if you're a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Enough of the wrench instead of the because the knob is missing.
Right.
Right. Enough of the duct tape on the side view mirror because you know ain't got the time or the money to get the side view mirror fixed, but we're gonna duct tape this thing. How about we sit and save until we have enough to get a new one or to do it right?
You deserve quality. You deserve quality. Like I talk about that. I think in this coming episode or one, I don't know. My podcast is just pouring out at this point, but it's one of the things that I'm like, treat yourself well. Stop eating out of to-go boxes. Make yourself a plate. You enjoy going to eat at restaurants because you get an experience. You get tablecloths, you get nice flatware, you get a plate, you get glasses, it feels good. But treat yourself good at home. Like, at what point are we willing to make an investment to say, like, I'm going to go ahead and do that? I want to treat myself good at home. In fact, good should be available to me at my beck and call wherever I step. So let me fight so that I can get to that place. That to me is the objective. But like, we haven't been doing that.
I'm doing jazz hands. Yeah. Because this is you. If you can't treat yourself the way you say you want to be treated, how do you expect other people to treat you? Start with you.
What you allow, you teach. What you allow, you teach. If I'm going to permit it, I am inviting more of it. I'm not going to permit it. When me and my dude were starting to date, that was one of the first gifts he got me was a bell, like an actual bell I can ring, and it says on it, Bam's Bell. And I was like, why did you get me a bell? He said, because you walk through life like you expect to be treated well. And I've never seen that before. And people can mistake it for like arrogance or like, but you're super giving and generous and friendly and warm. But like you walk through the world like, this is my expectation. And when you encounter obstacle, you make it very clear that that's not for you. And you're like, okay, you're not the right person to talk to. Let me find another route. And I'm like, because I know that if I do not demand it, if I permit it to go on this way, you're going to treat everybody behind me like this. And I know good and well that this is not right. So we're going to have to figure out how to get it together with me so that when the people come behind me, you already ready to know what to do for them too.
Oh, what a gem.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.